Okay, so we want to use this.
This should loosen things up.
To spray that, and then now we can do the puzzle. So this is a classic Nancy Drew puzzle. And I'm just kind of doing this, no rhyme or reason. I want to move that all the way up. We also need to move these up. That's the first thing we need to do. Okay, hang on a second. Oh yeah, shoot, we can't do that. Okay, so this is kind of stuck here. Here we go. Get that underneath, and then we can move this and that, so these go up. Slide that through partially, and then change it around, and finish the puzzle. And here we are in the secret room. Maya is gone.
She was just here. Her shoe.
So her shoe and some pizza boxes are left. That's how you get out. And play around with that guillotine. There's a couple of books in here. Magic Secrets, Phantom Message, Flash Paper. Again, showing us how Flash Paper works. This one is where you can, using a pencil, shade an imprint of something to see what someone wrote down. That will come in handy later. And the rest of this is not important. But it's kind of fun to read through that and see some different magic tricks. Okay, so there's also a trunk in here.
Rubber is shockproof.
We will need those rubber gloves because when we try to get out of here, we still can't get out this way. Or maybe we can. I feel like we're supposed to go out the other way.
Hey, it's stuck again.
Okay, yeah, so it's stuck there. We literally can't get out. Because these doors are also still stuck. I guess Joseph just left us down here, not caring that we're stuck. So the only way to get out is to go through the secret room. Wrong way. Which I have to solve this puzzle again. That's annoying. Okay, how did I do this before? Here we go. And you have to go out this way. And we're in the basement. But this is now
the gate is electrified.
It's now electrified. So we have to use the rubber gloves and solve another puzzle. Oh wow, that's an annoying noise. The key to this puzzle is simple, and it's used in a lot of other Nancy Drew games. You have to Press each button until all of them are depressed at the same time. Until all of them stay pressed. So 3, 6, 1, 5. 3, 6, 1, 5, 2. 3, 6, 9. 2. 3, 6, 1, 5, 9. 7. Yay. Oh, shoot. There we go, and now we can get back out.
Oh, Nancy! Hey!
I think the kidnapper just moved Maya to a new hiding place. Have you seen anything suspicious around here?
Wow, are you sure? I didn't see anything.
I found evidence that will prove that Maya's being held in this building.
Wow! Evidence. Where?
I'll talk to you later. I've got to get a hold of Sergeant Ramsey.
He is so annoying. Okay, so let's call the police department again.
St. Louis Police Department.
Missing persons unit, please.
Please hold. Missing persons, this is Ramsey.
Sergeant Ramsey, it's Nancy Drew.
Hi, Miss Drew.
I found Maya.
You found her? So the case is closed.
I found her, and then she disappeared again.
Good grief. This girl's a regular Houdini. All right. What have you got for me?
I found a secret room under the stage. I saw Maya through a peephole, but by the time I got into the room, she was gone. The kidnapper must have moved her.
A peephole, huh? Are you sure you saw her?
Sir, there's evidence. Pizza boxes and one of Maya's shoes. I left everything where it was so you could see for yourself.
So you think the kidnapper's been using this secret room as a base camp? Well, this is very interesting, Miss Drew. It sounds like you've been conducting quite a search.
Now will you please send someone over to investigate?
Yep. Just bear with me while I try to find an available car. Help is on the way, Miss Drew.
Great. Bye.
Okay, maybe the police will finally do their job. Don't hold your breath. And let's talk to Joseph to trigger the next day.
Hi, Nancy. What happened?
I found Maya.
You found her? Oh, that's great. Where is she now?
By the time I got through that door, the room was empty.
Are you sure you didn't just imagine you saw her?
I'm sure she was there and now she's gone. Don't tell me you think I'm crazy too.
But what do you mean gone? She left?
Well, she didn't just get up and walk away. Her legs were tied.
The kidnapper must have moved her.
Right, and they must have been in a hurry because they left a mess behind, including one of Maya's shoes.
Evidence. That should interest the police. Have you called them?
Yeah, they said they'll come check it out, but they may not be able to get here for a while.
I'll wait up for the police. You get some rest, Nancy. You're gonna need it for tomorrow.
Make sure they check that magician's secret room.
Day 3. It looks like there's a wrecking ball. So that's not good. Kidnapper demands $50,000. The St. Louis Police Department received a call yesterday demanding $50,000 for the return of Maya Wynn. The stunning development marks the first significant lead in a mysterious case. Until now, the police have been reluctant to label Wynn's disappearance a kidnapping as there has been no evidence that the girl was taken by force. Wynn, a reporter for the university's Student Life newspaper, was at the theater to interview Armstrong for an article. The call came in at 4:36 yesterday afternoon. Due to a voice distortion device, the police are unable to determine whether the caller was male or female, but they were able to trace the call to a payphone in Granite City. According to earlier rumors, the alleged kidnapping was motivated by a fanatic's desire to save the Royal Palladium from today's scheduled demolition, but yesterday's caller made no reference to the theater. The police now believe that the kidnapper's desperation is financial in nature and will not stop the demolition from proceeding according to schedule. So they're not going to stop the demolition? Nancy, please see me right away, JH. Okay, well, we're going to call the police, but first let's talk to Joseph.
Can you believe this ransom demand coming out of thin air?
Did they get any information on the call?
Apparently, the call came from north of here, a town called Granite City. Personally, I think it's a hoax, but now the police are convinced that Maya's not in this building.
But what about the evidence I found?
Are you sure the pizza boxes were in that magician's room? Because the police couldn't find anything.
That's impossible. Are you sure they looked in the magician's room?
They searched the whole building.
How could they miss 2 big pizza boxes with leftover pizza inside? What about Maya's shoe?
No trace of that either.
Even without the evidence, that corner of the room had obviously been lived in recently.
Follow your gut, Nancy. If you think Maya's still here, you keep looking for her, you hear?
I got another threat from the kidnapper. That creepy voice came on the PA and told me to stop searching for Maya.
The projection room? But who? Someone must have ducked out of the press conference. I was so busy with crowd control, I didn't even notice.
Joseph, I did some checking. You don't really have any family in Greasewood, do you?
Now, what you want to go digging into an old man's life for, Nancy?
Everyone's a suspect, Joseph. You know that. If you have nowhere to go after the theater comes down, then maybe you're the kidnapper desperado. It's not so far-fetched, is it?
Now. I am going to Greasewood, and I'm not desperate. I made up the part about my brother so you wouldn't feel sorry for me. You've got enough to worry about, don't you?
It's only a matter of hours until the demolition. How are you holding up, Joseph?
Oh, fine. Everything's great. Fine. I was up till the wee hours polishing up the lobby. Heck, I'm even fixing to repair the old keymaker so you can give it a whirl. Guess old habits die hard, eh?
Gotta go now.
Don't let the turkeys get you down.
Okay, so the police are still not doing their jobs, basically. I will try to call the police. I can't remember if we can keep calling them, but... They just don't believe Nancy that Maya's still in the building.
St. Louis Police Department.
Missing persons unit, please.
Please hold. Missing persons, Ramsey here.
Sergeant Ramsey, what's going on?
I beg your pardon?
I'm sorry, but I'm very upset. This is Nancy Drew. What do you mean there was no evidence?
I don't know what to tell you, Miss Drew.
You searched the magician's room under the stage? Did Joseph Hughes show you where it was?
He showed us all right. We searched the whole theater, but our efforts were totally inconclusive. Wherever your friend is, she's not in the theater.
She's in the theater. I know she is. The kidnapper wants the demolition stopped, so what better leverage than to hold her in the theater?
Actually, you might be interested to know that we've had about a half a dozen calls here since last night. People are reporting seeing Maya north of here. And then this ransom call came this morning from Granite City. You'll be glad to know we're following up on all these leads.
I don't believe it.
Miss Drew, I empathize. As a police officer, I know how emotional attachment to a case can cloud your judgment. Take it from me. It's time for you to let this one go and leave the case to the professionals. You're just not thinking clearly.
Sure, Sergeant Ramsey. Thanks for the advice.
Goodbye, dear.
Rude. I'm probably way behind on all these phone calls.
Nickerson's Pizza Pies, what can I get you?
Well, hello there. I'd like a large pizza with a works.
Even anchovies, ma'am? I know you have issues with anchovies.
Extra anchovies.
Wow, Nancy. Things must be getting hairy if you're contemplating anchovies. What's up?
I can't understand how the police could have received a ransom call from Granite City. And why would the kidnappers suddenly demand cash without even mentioning the demolition?
Your skepticism is probably right on, Nancy.
You think?
Sure, after all, Brady did spread those missing posters over half of Missouri. There are always a few jokers who try to jump on the bandwagon in situations like these.
It just makes me sick to think that anyone would try to profit from such a terrible situation.
It's a mixed up world, Nancy.
Bye, Ned.
Bye.
Hello?
Hello?
I got it, George.
Is it Nancy?
I don't know yet. I'm busy talking to you. Will you hang up?
It's Nancy, all right.
I knew it.
Hey, you two.
I don't know, Bess. She sounds a little down in the dumps, doesn't she?
She sure does. What's going on, Nancy?
I just can't believe it. The evidence I found yesterday, the pizza boxes and Maya's shoe, when the police finally came to investigate, it was gone.
What? You're kidding.
And now the police really think I'm losing my marbles.
Joseph. He's the only one who knew about your discovery, isn't he?
Yeah, he said he'd show the police where to go. And wait a second. When I came up from the basement, I bumped into Brady wandering around backstage.
Interesting.
Yeah, he seemed surprised to see me.
What did you tell him?
I guess I did let on that I'd found some evidence.
Gee, Nancy. If you wanted the whole world to know, why didn't you just broadcast it on national television?
Please, George, I feel bad enough. Now it's the day of the demolition and I'm still clueless.
That's not true, Nancy. You've made significant progress.
Maybe you should focus on trying to stop the demolition. Aren't you expecting a package?
Indeed I am. If Sherman Trout really is a man of his word, that is.
She sounds better already, huh, George?
She's lucky we don't charge her for these calls. The detective support hotline could get awfully expensive.
I asked Joseph where he would go after the theater is demolished, and he said he was moving to Arizona to start a movie theater with his brother.
A fresh start. Good for him.
Yeah, except that I found a letter that says his brother has been dead for years.
Why would he lie? What do you think he's hiding?
Give the guy a break. Maybe he just wants to hide the fact that his life is going to be empty without that theater to look after.
I came across this old book that explains how to do a bunch of magic tricks.
Cool. Like pulling a rabbit out of a hat?
Like sawing my cousin Bess in half?
Nothing quite that sensational, ladies. But I did learn how to use a pencil to reveal a secret message.
Ooh, that could come in handy.
How does it work?
Well, if someone writes something, let's say it's a secret code, on a piece of paper, and they press hard with a pen, it will make an impression on a blank piece of paper underneath.
Yeah?
Then the magician applies a pencil to the seemingly blank piece of paper. With careful shading, the pencil will reveal the shapes of the numbers or letters in the code. Presto! Do you see?
That's pretty cool.
I can only imagine what would happen if we applied the pencil to Bess. Just think of all the secret codes that would be revealed. Like Jacques, Rick, Brady.
Oh, George, I'm not as impressionable as you think.
I received another threat. This time the kidnapper addressed me by name.
Another phone call? What was the threat?
This one came over the PA. Apparently, searching for Maya is a waste of time and I should focus on stopping the demolition, or else.
Well, Nancy, this kidnapper may have learned your name, but obviously they haven't figured out the first thing about who they're dealing with.
I just wish I could see the look on the kidnapper's face when you crack this case wide open.
Okay, you two. I'll talk to you soon.
Watch out for weird people!
Okay, so we still haven't received the package from Sherman. Let's talk to
Hola.
Nicholas.
Catch you later.
Fight the power.
And he has nothing to say. Someone to face Brady Charmstrong, which is pretty funny. I bet it was Nicholas. Let's talk to Brady since he was super suspicious being backstage, like when we thought we discovered Maya. We also need to... Actually, first let's talk to Simone about... Oh, that funeral wreath. Yikes. Someone's trying to kill Nancy, I guess.
How's progress? I know you sent the funeral wreath. Now where's Maya?
I don't know what you're talking about, Sugar. Listen, the pressure must really be getting to you. I know a top-notch aromatherapist in town, okay? I'll give you her number.
Come on, Simone. Ginger's 24-hour flower-rama? I believe you've been caught red-handed.
You broke into my personal property? I could have you arrested for that.
It's just business, Simone. You do what agents do, I do what detectives do. I'm sure you can appreciate that.
All right, I sent the stupid wreath, but I'm no kidnapper. I needed something for the cameras, didn't I? And it was a very tasteful arrangement. Should have been for $300. Perhaps I went a little overboard.
A little overboard? You're dreaming if you think that's enough to get you off my suspect list.
Nancy really does not like Simone.
How's progress?
Have you heard about this ransom demand?
50 grand, what a joke. Isn't it just like a rank amateur to jump on the bandwagon? Anyone with a pinch of class would have demanded at least $1 million.
Brady seems uncomfortable with some of your, tactics.
Oh, he's just whining because I made him chop off his ponytail. I don't know what's gotten into him with this free will thing. I told him, you can't even dress yourself, kid, but if you want your blockbuster career to crash and burn, go ahead, manage yourself.
I think your phone's about to ring.
Ciao.
Okay, now let's talk to Brady.